sa laban, timing. Pero madami pa akong kulang masyado. So kailangan ko pang magsikap mag-ensayo at saka magsikap ng maayos. Yun po.
Yes, salamat, Raymart. Raymart, final message na lang siguro sa lahat ng mga sumuporta, nagdasal, nag-cheer para sa'yo at sa lahat ng mga nag-aabang ng mga susunod pa na fights mo.
Maraming salamat sa mga taong sumusuporta sa akin, lalo na sa boxing at saka sa ibang sports din po. Thank you po.
Salamat sa mga lahat ng sumusuporta sa kanya. At sa aming tandem.
Salamat.
One thing I can say, Raymart Caballo is in good hands. Kung nandyan si Dodong Donaire, doing the meets, coming up with the strategy, isa sa mga best coaches and cornermen sa buong mundo, si Dodong Donaire Sr.
Salamat kinito, salamat.
Totoo po yun.
Kaya naman din kahit pagbate, tinatanong pa rin sa coach ni Raymart, ganun kataas yung tiwala ng boksingero sa trainer niya. Muli po, Raymart, Sir Dodong, maraming salamat po for joining us at sana sa susunod namin kayong makausap, yung pag-uusapan natin World Championship opportunity na.
Thank you po, thank you.
Thank you guys, thank you.
Maraming salamat.
By the way, si JC Banangkil, the CEO of Pasanman Promotions, is in the US because ang kanyang boxer na si Jade Bornea will be fighting for the IBF Super Flyweight Championship in Minneapolis this coming Sunday, Manila time. Kaya po nandun na si JC Banangkil making sure that his fighter is locked and loaded and ready to win the World Championship. Yan.
Alright.
So now, Carlo, Dean, magre-reveal muna tayo ng ating answer for our first trivia question. Maraming nag-abang nito. So, balikan natin yung naging katanungan natin. We asked kung sino nga ba yung unang foreign fighter na nakalaban ni Raymart Caballo. At the correct answer ay si Manot Kompot of Thailand. Ayan, later on the show, we will reveal yung correct o yung listahan ng mga winners natin. But at this point, iba to na kagad natin yung ating second trivia question naman. Our question is, sinong Filipino ang may pinakamaraming napanalunang gold medal sa nakaraang 12 ASEAN Para Games? Ako, sino nga ba? Well, mamaya mapag-uusapan natin yan. Pero remember muna, our mechanics for our trivia question, kailangan po is may follower badge kayo. Kailangan may sharer badge by sharing our episode teaser. And finally, yung tamang hashtag po, SEAG Live Lunes, 8 p.m. with the correct answer. And ito po yung mga social media pages natin. So sana po naka-follow kayo sa Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube, and even on TikTok. So, now, bago tayo magpatuloy, ito muna po ang ating SEAG Sports Bit kung saan papanoorin natin ang Sports Heroes episode ng SEAG Network tungkol kay National Team Member and Charity Go Crossovers Volleyball Ace sa PVL na si Mylene Paat, ang kanyang giving back event sa hometown niyang Pangasinan. Let's watch this.
Before, grade 1 to grade 2, dito ako sa San Jose Elementary School. Kaso nga lang, parang na-broke yung family namin. Binenta yung tricycle namin, which is yun yung service namin. Hindi ganun karangya talaga na, pero kaya namin kumain 3 beses sa isang araw. Gawa ng yung father ko, nagbabantay siya ng palaisdaan. Yung mama ko, siya talaga yung parang araw-araw, siya yung gumagawa ng paraan para may ipangkain kami. Kunwari yung palaisdaan. Siya rin yung gumagawa ng paraan kung paano ibenta. Batang-bata pa ako, sumasama ako sa kanya, maglalako kami ng isda. Yung mama ko, nagta-tricycle driver. Pinakatandang-tanda ko na sinasabi sa akin na mama ko nagta-tricycle driver habang nagde-drive, nakapasan ako sa kanya na pinapadede niya ako. Yung sinasabi, ito pala yung batang pasan-pasan mo dati na habang nagde-drive ka ng tricycle, ganyan. Tawanggal, kamusta? Nag-start talaga ako mag-volleyball dito sa Bani National High School. Pero hindi ako nakikipag-compete sa labas. So, intrams. Let's say intrams lang. O yung kuya ko talaga, siya talaga yung nakikipag-compete. Nakakarating ng Amit, palarong pambansa. So, ako, wala akong idea sa mga ganong liga.
At yan ang kwentong giving back ni Maylene Paat. And by the way, our women's national team ng women's volleyball natin is currently competing overseas as well. And I heard they won their first game earlier today against Macau. So congratulations at patuloy po natin subaybayan ang performance ng ating women's national team for volleyball sa AVC. So Carlo, the Dean, we are ready for our next topic. Actually, wala pa yung guest natin for our ASEAN para games. So, gusto niyo bang unahin na muna natin yung ating guest from the national team, or Gilas Pilipinas Women's National Team? Do you want to do that? Okay.
Of course, yeah.
So, ipakilala na natin all the way from Australia, and we would like to thank them dahil kahit gabi na sa kanila sinamahan nila tayo dito. We have with us Gilas Pilipinas Women's Team Head Coach Coach Pat Aquino. We also have Vanessa De Jesus and Janine Pontejos. Good evening, ladies, and Coach Jasmine Hoson rather ang kasama natin for tonight. Magandang gabi sa inyo.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Good evening Kenito, Apple, and Carlo. Hi, and thank you for inviting us here at SEAG Network.
Good evening, Coach Vanessa.
Yes. Carlo, Dean, mauna na ako magtanong. Coach Pat, kamusta ba so far yung preparations natin para sa papalapit na FIBA Women's Asia Cup this 2023? I believe halos kahapon lang po ba kayo dumating or the other day sa Australia?
Yeah, we just arrived yesterday from Manila, and then we've been practicing already after the Southeast Asian game. When we came back from the Southeast Asian game, we started already practicing for the FIBA Asia Cup. So it's been almost 3 weeks or a month now na nagpa-practice kami. But unfortunately, Vanessa just came in also yesterday with us here in Melbourne. So we will be having a series of friendly games against top teams here in Melbourne, which is Kellor, Thunder, and then KC team. So hopefully, this is a good preparation before going up to Sydney this coming June 26.
Coach
Alright.
Pat, follow up ko na lang din since you already mentioned the arrival of Vanessa. Could you describe to us the team's composition and their possession? What kind of a team ba ang meron tayo for this FIBA Women's Asia Cup?
Actually, I don't know if we became smaller or became bigger, but we have Jack Animam as the biggest girl right now with the team, and then Afril Bernardino. We still have Janine Pontes and Chaka Binbin with the help of Camille Clarion, and then from NU also is Mika Cacho and Angel Sorada, and we have mga from out of the country na sila Vanessa De Jesus, Ella Fajardo, and Luna Usar, and also Jasmine from Ateneo. This team is composed of young talented girls that really raring to compete and ready to show their wares for a new Gilas team. I think this is a new Gilas team. Hopefully we could do more, a little bit bigger on the guard position, but then again, got smaller without Claire Castro. Just only Jack and the help of Mika Cacho, Angel Sorada is going to be there for us. So we hope that we could be faster and more, heavier on the guard position. So I hope this team will be a better team for the coming FIBA Asia Cup.
Thank you for that, Coach Patrick. Now we shift over to Vanessa. First of all, thank you for joining us tonight, Vanessa. I know it's late there I think you're still in Melbourne, right? Before you head on to Sydney. But finally, you'll get to wear that Gilas Pilipinas jersey. How excited are you to finally, compete for the Philippines, Vanessa?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Honestly, this has been something I've been thinking about for a while now, and now finally being here and having my passport and meeting the team and just practicing, it's kind of surreal and honestly a dream come true. And I'm just so happy for the opportunity to finally represent my culture.
Vanessa, 3 tough teams: Australia, Japan, and Chinese Taipei. Those are your assignments in Group B action. These are world-level teams. How excited are you to test your skills and your team as well against these tough opponents from those 3 countries?
Yeah, they're all great teams I've heard of, and honestly, this is another opportunity for all of us to just grow and see where we stand against these other great countries. And I think we put in the time, we put in the work, and again, that just helps us prepare for this games coming up. And I'm just really excited to finally get out there and play in the international level for the first time. And I think it's gonna be just a really good time, and something I've been waiting for a while.
Dean?
Well, my question to Vanessa is, I saw your pictures with that Duke, right across your jersey, coming from Duke University. I have to ask you this question before I talk about the Gilas women's team. Who is your favorite Duke player? And that's women and men. There have been so many: Zion Williamson, Grant Hill, also Chip England, who played in the Philippines many, many years ago, is the assistant coach at Oklahoma City. Who was your favorite Duke player?
Yeah. For me, I would have to say Chelsea Gray. Growing up, she actually coached me and my club team when I was younger, and at Duke, she was probably one of the best point guards to come out of there. And now playing in the WNBA, she's one of the best point guards, period. And I've learned so much from her. And just as another point guard, just her game is something I really aspire to. And she's such a great person. So definitely, I'd say Chelsea.
Well, she would be a perfect role model for you being a point guard. But over to Coach Pat. Nabanggit na ni Carlo, Coach Pat, that you are grouped with Australia, Japan, and Chinese Taipei. That's like a group of death. What can you say? And is this format? Will it mean that if you lose here, you are relegated to a level 2 because now the Philippines is in level 1? Is that the same kind of format that we had before that we used to talk about, Coach Pat?
Yeah, it's more of like a group of that, Again, you have to really be at par with them. They're like, Australia is the number 3 in the world. And then Japan is 5th time champion of the FIBA Asia Cup. And then Chinese Taipei, they're always been a contender in that level. But, I think this is the time. We've been here for almost for FIBA Asia Cup, and I think this is not just a start for us. I know we always been going up and staying in level A. I think this is the time that we could really compete and maybe let everybody knows that we do belong here in this level of competition. And so, but I just hope we just compete. The way Filipino play, puso, sabi nga nila, puso. Sana we could do that every game and show those other Asian countries na we could still play and compete in this kind of level. Hopefully, we don't get relegated. The last game of the tournament is the one really we wanted to avoid, getting relegated to level B again. So we hope that we, not just win that relegation game, but win one or 2 games here at the top of the pool games.
Thank you for that, Coach Pat. Kasi sinasabi natin, group of death yung sa inyo, pero yung kabila, China, South Korea, New Zealand, tsaka Lebanon, mahirap din talaga di ba? There are really no easy games here in the FIBA Asia Cup, and Lebanon is the team that is trying to get to level 1 from the Division 2, di ba? Dati, India, I believe, yung nakalaban nyo for that last spot. Or again,
Yes.
hoping that it does not have to come to that, as we wish you all the best of luck moving forward in your games. Jasmine, thank you so much again for joining us. Coach Pat said that this is a bit of changing of the guards. You will see younger players seeing action for Gilas Pilipinas women. How do you take it as a challenge that you are performing at this very high level in the FIBA Asia Cup and against really good opposition?
I wouldn't lie, it is going to be a very high competition, but it doesn't mean that we're just going to step down and let them walk us over us. So I think it is a good competition, and I believe that us guards will compete at a higher level. And we've been training for a while now, so I think it's going to be a really tough one.
Jasmine, we know that there are a lot of veteran guards in the team, and Coach Pat has really built a squad that was based on continuity from like 2019. It's basically the same team over and over with a few minor changes. What have you learned from the other veteran guards that you can hopefully use to your advantage as you play in this tournament?
Actually, I've learned a lot from my veterans. Sometimes when you're playing the game, you think you know everything, but once you play with older people, like shucks, like damn, I'm missing on so much things. So yeah, I'm learning a lot of things from them, especially now because, like I said, like I'm just here and they're here already, like on top. So yeah.
Apo?
Ako, I know may question pa si Dean. Do you have any more question? I will give my final question sa'yo. You go ask.
Yeah, I've been itching to ask Jasmine this question. If you were to choose one particular strength of Gilas that you want to make sure will be exhibited in this competition, what would it be? Now, Coach Pat said quickness, the wealth of guards can be a big treasure for us. But in your opinion, what would be the one big thing that Gilas can lean on to make us super competitive in this competition?
I think for us, more than the physicality, it's the IQ. It's the IQ. We're gonna need it so much for the upcoming FIBA games.
Great answer, IQ.
Coach Patrick, you will go up against Australia, the home team, on June 26, Japan on June 27, and then Chinese Taipei on June 28. First of all, I believe it's the Filipino community that helped you out in setting up the games in Melbourne. How thankful are you that people are looking for ways, talagang hinahanapan kayo ng paraan para matulungan ng mga tao and prepare you for the games in Sydney?
Yeah, I'm really thankful from the consulate office, from the Filipino Australian community here in Melbourne, especially the coordinator, Mr. Charles Te, for helping us have this series of friendly games here before heading to the Sydney game. I know it's hard, but just happy. The first time we practiced earlier this morning, we had this activity with the elderlies here in Melbourne. It was a great and fun games with them. Just being thankful to all the Filipino here that's going to be supporting us coming into the games. And hopefully those friendly games here would be beneficial for us in competing with Australia, Japan, and Chinese Taipei in the pool games.
Coach Pat, mas maganda naman daw ng konti yung sahig kesa sa Cambodia.
Yeah, definitely maganda.
Apo?
I guess what's left to ask is if you guys, ladies, have any message and a chance also to invite our viewers to support the game schedule, Coach Pat, of the games?
Yeah, we'll be having our first friendly games tomorrow at Kellor Thunder Gymnasium at 5:30 in the afternoon. And then on the 22nd, we'll be playing with KC, another NBL team. It will be another 5:30 game. And then before we headed to Sydney, we'll be having our first game on June 26 at 7:30 p.m. at I forgot the gym, but it's gonna be against Australia, and then on the 27th, 1:30 p.m. versus Japan, and then on the 28th, it will be Chinese Taipei at 1:30 p.m. also. Hope everybody from Sydney, Australia, all the Filipinos there, come out and support us, and all you guys there, definitely would support us and pray for us. Thank you.
And all those games will be played at the State Sports Center in Sydney. Vanessa, any final greetings? Invite everyone in Sydney and maybe in other parts of Australia, the Filipinos, to support you as well.
Yeah, just wanted to say thank you guys for always all the support. All of us on the team really appreciate it, and we hope you guys can continue supporting us through this tournament. And we're gonna do our best to get out there and compete, and just represent all of us. So we're so excited, and thank you guys again for all the support.
Thank you, Vanessa. Any final words, Jasmine?
Like what Vanessa said, thank you to the Filipino communities. We will do our best.
So your roommates?
Yeah, we're roommates. Let's just share.
Coach Patrick, Vanessa, Jasmine, thank you so much for your time, and we are hoping and praying for a successful stint in the FIBA Women's Asia Cup in Sydney, Australia. Maraming salamat po.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Again, they are competing against Australia, Japan,
Wow,
and
grabe.
Chinese
Chinese
Taipei.
Taipei.
Yan po yung tatlong makakalaban ng ating Gilas Pilipinas women. Again, wala naman kasing tulak kabigan eh. The other group is just as deadly with China, South Korea, and New Zealand with Lebanon trying to
Ating group of
itself.
30 kabila, group of murder. So, ganun din.
Ganun din.
Ay, ay, ay.
But Dean and Carlo, ngayon ang gagawin natin is babalikan natin, actually ibibigay na natin sa ating audience lahat ng ating trivia question, and then towards the end of the show, tsaka na natin i-reveal lahat ng ating mga kasagutan. So for our third trivia question, ang tanong naman natin ay kung anong mga bansa ang kasama ng Pilipinas sa Group B sa FIBA Women's Asia Cup 2023. Nako, kakasabi lang namin yan. So sana ay natandaan nyo. And now to our grand trivia question. Ang tanong naman natin ay anong city at country ginawa ang tournament kung saan naabot ni EJ Obiena ang 6.0 meter sa pole vault. Nako, fresh na fresh yan. That's all around the news online. Pero kung di nyo nabalitaan yan, huwag kayong mag-alala. Mamaya, we will ask EJ kung ano ba ang kasagutan dyan. But here we go with our SEAG Sports bit. Alamin muna natin yung schedule ng 2023 PBA On Tour for June 21. That's gonna be happening at Inares Arena in Pasig City. Maghaharap po sa unang game at 5 p.m. ang Barangay Ginebra at ang Blackwater Bossing. Susunod naman yan ang laro ng Converse Fiber Xers versus the TNT Tropang Giga at 7:30 p.m. So, Dean and Carlo, ipakilala lang natin ang ating next guest. Kasama natin world's number 3 pole vaulter, EJ Obiena. Good evening, EJ, and thank you so much for finding time and joining us here on SEAG Live.
Hi guys, thanks for having me as always.
Thanks, EJ.
Dean, I think you should start it off.
Oh my gosh, I have so many questions to ask EJ Obiena. First of all, super congratulations for the tremendous achievement. First Asian to do it, and you're only 28 in the world to jump 6 meters. But you have to share once more with our listeners, our followers. What was your feeling like when you were soaring up in the air, about to clear the bar? Did it enter your mind, am I going to hit this bar or am I not? And when you finally cleared, what was the first thing that entered your mind, EJ?
Well, when I was going up, I was waiting for myself to hit the bar. I was like, oh, where's the bar? Why am I not making contact? I was like, oh, where's the bar? And then when I was over it and landed, actually, I didn't realize it was 6. Well, I knew it was 6 meters, but it didn't sink in yet that it was actually 6 meters. It's just like, okay, I'm leading the competition right now. they need to make this and make the next hype for them to take the lead. So that was the first thing. Then after that, it hit me as like, oh, I just jumped over 6 meters. What just happened? And I just came sprinting to my coach. So it was a good day, to say the least.
You know, EJ, you've gone through a lot. You survived the ordeal of suffering an ACL injury. You rehabbed, you recovered from that. And then there was that incident 18 months ago with the PATAFA and the Philippine Sports Commission. That also you survived with flying colors. The Commission on Audit, which is a government-run agency, cleared you of any wrongdoing. So you've survived so many things, but yet you continue to wear the Philippine flag proudly on your chest. And what is your biggest motivation every time you go out there? You see that runway, you see that bar, and then you're going out there to compete.
Hopefully, wala nang controversies there. Hopefully, we're done with that. Well, you know, it goes through a lot of different. I think my motivation and my way of approaching the game has developed in so many ways now that it's hard to just explain. Oh, I just do this because I love the country. It's not as simple as that anymore. It's proving, you know, maybe my selfish take on it is proving that a Asian can actually do it as well as the Europeans, as well as the Americans, if not better. So that's, for me, is the personal side of things. And why did I choose to stay with Philippines? Why did I do what I do now? Is because have we had not enough of Filipinos moving from the other countries? And who's going to be the next guy to say, you know, we have the talent, and they're going to be like, oh, I'm a Filipino, I have a talent. So what's my career path? Oh, I represent Japan. Oh, I represent the US. Oh, I represent some other country. Is that how we're going to be? And I wanted to be different. I wanted to show that, you know, Philippines is worth fighting for. And it's been a very, as you said, you know, it's been a lot of different challenges, and some unfortunately came to the public domain. But some of the things that happened would not, you know, probably some other people going through the same things I've done would have quit, would have done differently. But I do it this way because I'm Filipino. Alam na, we're, how do you say, we go through Manila traffic every day. There's nothing we can't do.
Ako naman, EJ, I'd like to ask about your recent competition, starting with Cambodia SEA Games, wherein you won your 3rd straight gold. And then in all 3 outer tournaments after that, you're always on the podium, top 3. A bronze medal in Poland, and then that gold in Norway last June 10, wherein you got that new Philippine and Asian record. And then another bronze in Norway just last June 15 in Oslo, Norway. How does it feel to always be in the top 3? And how do you feel after going to your next competition, knowing that there's a certain standards, there's you have a record to try to keep beating or putting up a new record?
Well, I think it's a good sign. It's a sign that, you know, I'm very stable in my technique and my jumping, which is pretty good. But at the same time, I would not think about, you know, winning podiums. When I step on the court or step on the track, there's one thing that I actually want to do is to win. So it would be, how do you say, it would be the same mindset going through, even if I'm like having this, like they call it medal streak. I mean, I'm going to Austria, but I'll be competing at the best in the world. My goal is to win. It's not, how do you say, it's not that I think, oh, I'm on the winning streak, I need to continue. It's just, this is another competition. It's separate from the other ones. And this is a meet that I need to win. This is a meet that I need to compete at the highest level that I can.
And now,
EJ,
just our trivia question. So, Carlos, seeing
go
it
ahead.
good kasi a lot of our viewers are waiting for this. For the record, in what city and country were you able to clear that 6 meter pole vault?
Oh, that's in the city of my good friend Paul Lillefoss, or Bergen, Norway.
All right, viewers. So, Carlo?
EJ, I think it's very clear that we are in a golden age in terms of Philippine sports. Of course, with you,
Finally, someone said
with
it.
with Heidelin, with Kaloy Yulo, all of you guys picking up medals, gold medals everywhere you play. Do you draw inspiration from this group of elite athletes as well? Do you check in on them just to see how they're doing? Because I mean, we have not experienced having a set of athletes in different sports as good as you guys are.
Of course, 14 hours ago, I just had a chat with Kaloy, so he's happy, and I think he did a very good job in the Asian Championship, and I just congratulated him. He's doing such a great thing, and I think in Philippines right now, it's a bit of a weird time. Weird in a good way. As you said, it's a quote-unquote golden era because in multiple different sports, we have world-class athletes, not just in track, not just in gymnastics. It's mind-boggling. Like
It is.
it's amazing that everybody's popping at the same time. And of course, we check up on each other from time to time. I do get a lot of inspiration from Ate Hidilin because she has proven that we can win gold. And I think that in itself, breaking that barrier is incredible. And Kaloy being who he is, just amazing. I'm still hoping that one day we can train together. I need to learn some of the gymnastic skills that he has. So yeah, I'm very proud to call or to be in this same generation as they are because as you said, I think they might go down in the history of Philippine sports, one of the fruitful years of world-class athletes.
Well said, EJ. Dean?
Guys, I just want to be able to say that EJ and I have had many long conversations in the past, but it's the very first time, EJ, that I've heard you deliver such a powerful message. You know, when you said that you will always choose to be Filipino, that there are other Filipino athletes who are world class, but have chosen to go to different countries. But your powerful statement to say that you're doing this for our country and proving yourself, this is the first time I've heard it coming straight from you. And let me tell you that it was such an inspiring message coming from you. Plus, when you won that gold medal and you cleared 6 meters in Bergen, Norway, your benefactor, Jim Lafferty, told me, just imagine the Philippine flag over 2 American flags and 5 flags from Europe. What does that tell you? That the Philippines can be number 1 in the world. You've proven it. And for me, that's just an amazing achievement, EJ. And we were just so proud of you. It's really not a question, but I just wanted to be able to share this feeling inside of me after listening to your very powerful message.
Thank you, sir. I have goosebumps right now.
Same here.
EJ, you already touched upon it earlier, but as the only Filipino and only Asian to ever clear 6 meters, you're not just representing us anymore. You're representing the entire continent in your sport. Do you also take this as an added challenge that you want not just to lift the Filipinos up, but also possibly convince other athletes from other Asian countries that we have what it takes to be good at pole vaulting?
I think that's just a consequence. I actually wanted the first Asian to jump 6 meters to be Filipino, so that's my main goal. And that's why when it happened, I was just happy about it. I mean, now all the continents have finally jumped over 6 meters, and we were trailing for quite some time. South America has theirs in 2016, so it's been. Yeah, we're the last continent that haven't jumped it. So I'm very happy that finally everybody's on equal playing field. And, I mean, it's not obvious, but of course the powerhouses are Europe and America when it comes to track and field. But finally, at least in pole vault, there's a representation. And I think in any sport. It's very important to have some kind of representation of your own. How do you say this? Without sounding racist, like have your own representation out there. So what I mean by that is just not just Filipino, being Asian as well. Of course, I think, but it wasn't my goal. It was a consequence of my focus, my goal to be or to have the first 6-meter jumper in Asia to be Filipino. That nobody can remove that no more. That's set there for the rest of history of sport.
TJ, of course, the target is an Olympic spot, but for now, what are some of your upcoming tournaments? How are the preparations? Basically, what's next for you?
We're working on some stuff. I have a few more days before I fly out to Czech Republic in Ostrava on the 27th. Then I'll be going to Stockholm, which is the first competition of the season that would be within the qualification period of Paris. So hopefully by then I qualify straight up. And then I'll be doing Sotteville in France. Then I'll be doing some training camp there because we're flying from Paris to Bangkok to go to the Asian Athletics Championship. Then I'll be flying directly from Bangkok to Nice to be in Monaco Diamond League. And that will be the last competition that I'll be doing before the World Championships.
Basically, a lot of flying and a lot of jumping.
Unfortunately.
EJ, message to all your fans, all your supporters, not just, I guess, from the Philippines, but now the whole of Asia is also rooting for you. Your final message.
I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who has been following my journey. It's been a lot of things, but definitely not smooth. So thank you for sticking along, and hopefully I made you proud, and hopefully I'll be able to continue represent the country at the highest level. And I hope together we'll make history.
Thank you so much, EJ, and continue making us proud, man. Thank you so much.
More power, EJ.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, Dean, Carlo, balikan natin agad. Grabe, no?
Di pa over si Dean dun sa interview natin with EJ.
I know.
First time nagsalita ako na wala akong question. I just had to comment because I was overwhelmed. Grabe, first time ko narinig galing kay EJ, no? Yung sinabi niya na he's actually been offered to change citizenships. He's been offered by Germany to become a German, especially since his girlfriend is German. But ayaw niya eh. Despite all the things that happened, he almost got delisted as a national athlete. Can you believe it? Di ba? His own country delisting him. But gotta hand it to him. What an inspiration.
Apo?
Right, as we all try to recover, balikan muna natin yung ating trivia question. For the grand trivia question, we asked kung anong city and country ginawa ang tournament kung saan naabot ni EJ Obiena ang 6-meter sa pole vault. The correct answer is Virgin, Norway. So mamaya, we will show all the list of the winners natin. But now, babalikan muna natin. Meron pa tayong isang topic at isang guest na makakasama sa SEAG Live. Pero bago natin siya ipakilala, is panoorin muna natin ang ating huling sports bit kung saan abangan niyo po ang laban ng Pilipinas sa 2023 AVC Challenge Cup bukas, June 20 against host Indonesia. Ito po ang huling match ng Pool A sa preliminary round ng ating ng tournament. So, save the date, set your alarm, cheer po tayo para sa ating women's volleyball team. So now, ipakilala na po natin ang ating huling guest for the show, the most be-medaled athlete noong 12 ASEAN Para Games. Para sa Para Chess, we have with us Attorney Chaser Crystal Mendoza. Good evening, Attorney, and welcome to SEAG Live.
Hello po. Good evening po sa lahat. And I'm sorry po for the delay na medyo na-hold lang doon po sa traffic. So, thank you po. And
sabi nga ni EJ, we go through that every day. Okay na po yan, Attorney. Ako na rin po magtatanong ng una, attorney, natapos yung Pilipinas 5th place para sa 12th ASEAN Para Games. Ang dami nating medals na naiuwi. First, I'd like to ask, ano po ba yung masasabi niyo sa overall performance muna ng ating delegation?
Medyo bittersweet po siya kasi mas na-exceed po namin yung medal, yung kumbaga yung performance po nung last solo. Yet, 5th place pa din po yung, ranking po ng Philippines. So, for us po kasi medyo yung pressure po na mag-deliver ng medals is, kumbaga mas doble po sa amin lalo kapag hindi mo na first time. Pero masaya pa din po kami kasi yun nga po, na-exceed pa rin naman po yung medal count po. Especially po sa akin po yung medal ko po nung solo is 2 golds tapos 2 silver. And ngayon naman po na nag-improve po talaga siya na 5 golds and 1 silver. So masaya pa rin naman po siya. Pero yun nga po medyo na mas na-inspire po siguro kami na lalo po sa para chess team na tulungan po talaga kami na ma-elevate po talaga yung ranking ng Philippines sa overall po.
Attorney, na-mention mo na you took home 5 golds and 1 silver. Itatanong ko na rin for the trivia question. Sino ba sa ating mga Pilipinong kasama na representative ang may pinakamaraming napanalunang gold medal nung nakaraang 12th ASEAN Para Games?
Ang pinaka-most medal po is si Dari Bernardo. Part din po siya ng para chess team. Sa kanya po is 6 golds po. So, na-sweep niya po yung lahat po ng events namin.
Alright, thank you, Dean.
Super impressive performance. Dean, you have a question?
Yes, so attorney, gusto ko lang itanong, no, because your gold medals came from 2 from Blitz, 2 from Standard, and 1 from Rapid. So,
yes po.
In all of those categories, which do you feel you were most proficient? Ano ba ang pinaka gusto mong event? Yung bang Rapid, yung bang Standard, o yung bang Blitz?
Honestly po, yung Blitz po kasi yung talagang ina-expect po ng coaches po namin and sa amin po na magpe-perform po talaga kami. Siguro po, yung Blitz po kasi is 5, explain ko lang po ng konti. Yung Standard po kasi is 1 hour and 15 seconds po per move. Bali, tig 1 hour po kami ng kalaban. Tapos, kada tira po namin is nag-a-add po ng 15 seconds sa chess clock po namin. So, compared po sa tatlong event, yun po yung pinakamahaba. Then, next po yung Rapid na 25 minutes plus 10 seconds po. And then, yung Blitz na 5 minutes lang po siya. Pero po yung schedule po kasi namin is nauna po yung Rapid. Usually po kasi from pinakamahabang time control, papunta po sa pinakamabilis. So, nauna po namin yung Rapid. Compare po kasi sa solo, yun po yung event na konti po yung nakuha ng Philippines, ng para chess team po. So, yung pagdating po sa Blitz, ano po kami kumbaga pang relax na lang po namin yung mabilisang time control. And lahat po kami nagta-tournament doon. So, parang sa amin po pagdating sa Blitz, parang nag-i-enjoy na lang po kami niyan. So, yun po yung masaya doon kasi kahit 1 day lang po siya, mas maiksi yung event. Mas proficient po, maski po ako proficient, talagang ang mindset ko po kasi talaga noon dapat walang lulusot. Parang gano'n po talaga yung mindset ko noon Dapat mas-sweep ko yung win. So for me po personally, yung Blitz po talaga yung medyo na-feel ko pong proficient po talaga ako.
No, attorney, yung chess is a mental sport. How do you prepare for chess in terms of yung mental preparation? Dapat ba maganda ang tulog mo? Maganda ang kain mo? Maganda ang I don't know, nagbabasa ka ba just to be able to relax your mind? Ano yung preparation na ginagawa mo? So pagdating ng chess match, ready ka na mentally?
Mentally po yung sport, yung chess, pero po meron po kami physical aspect nung training. So sa amin po importante din po na fit kami. And nag-morning walk po kami. Physically impaired po ako pero nag-walk po kaming lahat. And bukod po doon, dapat importante pong mahaba yung tulog, maayos po yung tulog, yung kain nga po ako pag may tournament, hindi po ako masyadong kumakain ng full. Then, I always pray po and nag-meditate po ako ng breathing exercise. Then, lahat po ng relaxation, days before po ng competition namin. Kumbaga, may cycle po kasi kaming tinatawag sa training cycle. Mga 1 week before po ng competition, nagre-relax na lang po kami niyan. Nagmo-movies po kami paggabi nung nag-ultra po kami. Kumbaga, from 1 month po kasi na talagang sobra po yung training namin. Pagdating po niyan, lalo po sa pag-competition, medyo relax ka na po niyan kasi syempre po yung pressure, yung anxiety po, lahat na po ng pwede mong ma-feel, na-feel mo na po siya. Ako po kasi personally, dapat kalmado po ako, hindi pwedeng yung medyo eager po na manalo, manalo po na ganyan. Pero for me po kasi dapat kalmante, kumbaga malinaw pa rin po sa yung chessboard, yung chess clock, kung ano pa rin po, calm pa rin po talaga.
Carlo? Nako.
Sorry, Attorney Chaser. Ako naman
Ayun.
gusto ko malaman sana how you got started with the sport of chess and paano ka nasali doon sa ating national team. Kasi baka mayroong mga chess players dyan that will draw inspiration from you na gustong tahakin din yung mga na-achieve mo.
Ano po, bali early age pa lang po ako nag-start na ako sa chess. Then, sumasali na po talaga ako sa mga palarong pambansa, Batang Pinoy. Tapos, high school po, nakuha din po akong player ng Immaculada Conception School. Yun din po yung naging stepping stone ko para makapasok po sa UP Diliman as varsity chess player. Nung first year college, yun po yung na-aksidente po ako. Then, yun na po yung na-amputate yung left leg ko. After po nun, so nagpatuloy pa rin sa chess sa UP, na sumasali din po ako sa UAP, kumaga player din po ako. Tapos, after po kasi noon, umuwi na po ako ng province. Then, kumaga, yung pangarap din naman po ng parents ko sa akin na yun po mag-take po ng law. Tapos, pinatuloy ko pa rin po siya. Then, na-stop naman din po ako sa chess after po noon. So, almost 1 decade din po ata akong hindi nag-chess. Then, after ko lang din po mag-take nung first bar exam ko, yun na po yung na-connect na ako ni Sir James sa team. Na-contact na po ako through WIM, Jodeline Fronda, and WIM, Catherine Secopito po. Doon na po ako napasok sa team, and yun nga po, katulad ng sinasabi ko sa mga ibang interviews ko po, yung chess ko po kasi first love ko yan. And yun nga po yung sabi ko na may love-hate relationship kasi po ako dyan eh. Kumbaga nung bata po ako, papagalitan ako sa chess. So parang ayaw ko po siya. Pero thankful po ako and grateful kasi parang nag-paid off na po siya. Kumbaga kung kailan hindi ko na po ina-expect talaga eh. Yung pagbalik ko nga po, nung nakuha po ako sa national team, hindi po ako nag-expect na, kumbaga parang tinatry ko lang po na, sige subukan lang natin, baka kumbaga andyan pa yung tirada, andyan pa yung talent, andyan pa yung skills. So ngayon po parang very happy nga po ako dahil sabi ko grabe po yung opportunity and yung nabibigay po sa akin po personally ng yung chess din po na talaga yung sports na minahal ko rin po talaga. And yun nga po, siguro isang inspiration po dun is yung chess po kasi bukod po nung nasa national team na ako, nakapasok po ako sa isang magandang school dahil din po sa sports na yun. And of course, yung tinuturo pong lessons sa akin, yung disiplina, yung perseverance po ba, yung mental toughness din po. Isa din po yan kung sa dahilan kung bakit nalagpasan ko din po yung, of course, yung dark season po ng life ko nung na-amputate nga po. So yun po, marami po akong utang po dun sa sports na yun. So medyo eager po akong kumbaga i-share sa mga tao yung kumbaga yung sports din po talagang yun.
First love never dies talaga eh, no? Kaya kahit na nahiwalay ng 10 years, bumalik pa rin sa chess, and so happy that you came back because hindi mo nga naman matatawaran yung resulta. 5 gold medals in the recently concluded ASEAN Para Games. Congratulations, Attorney Chaser, and the rest of the team as well. Because ang dami nyo pong napanalong ginto and you have definitely made the entire country proud.
Thank you po.
Attorney,
Congratulations.
Attorney, any message na lang sa ating mga viewers And if there are next competitions na pinaghahandaan, meron po ba?
Yes po. Una-una po, thank you po sa pag-invite po sa akin sa ano po, FB group ninyo, sa page po ninyo. And thank you po kasi na-discover ko lang po talaga kayo recently, and maraming salamat po sa suporta po, sa exposure po na and sa platform po na binibigay niyo po sa amin po mga atleta. And of course, thank you po kay Chairman Bachman sa PSC po, kay Commissioner Wawit, kay President po namin sa Philspada, kay Sir Mike, and kay Congressman Pichay, sa lahat po ng nagsusuporta sa chess, and of course po kila Ma'am Weng, kila Ma'am Irene. And yung next po naming pagkahandaan po is yung sa Asian din naman po. So, we hope po na same pa din po yung suporta. And of course, yung maraming salamat po sa lahat ng prayers po. Ayun po, thank you po.
Attorney Chaser, thank you so much for not just being with us, but sharing your inspiring story.
One last question lang kung pwede. Chaser, paano mo nakuha yung pangalan mo? Yung Chaser.
Father ko po kasi chess player talaga. So actually, Chaser Crystal Citadel po. Crystal is yung Crystal P, Citadel po is Rook. Sa chess pa rin po.
Wala, tinadhana talaga eh.
Oh, chess na chess ang dating.
It was willed.
Yes po.
Again, thank you so much, Attorney Chaser, for your time. We hope to have
Thank you,
you
Attorney.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po. Thank you po.
Wow. Grabe, nakakatuwa talaga kumilala ng mga bagong atleta, sharing their stories, sharing their victories, their journeys. So, okay, as we wrap up our episode for tonight, balikan natin yung trivia question number 2, 3, and our grand trivia question for all of the answers. So, for our trivia question number 2, sinong Filipino ang may pinakamaraming napanalunang gold medal sa nakaraang 12 ASEAN Para Games? The correct answer is National Master Dari Bernardo. Para naman sa naging trivia question number 3 natin kanina, ano mga bansa ang kasama ng Pilipinas sa Group B sa FIBA Women's Asia Cup 2023? Ang tamang sagot po, Australia, Japan, and Chinese Taipei. And finally, for the grand trivia question, ang tanong, anong city at country ginawa ang tournament kung saan naabot ni EJ Obiena ang 6-meter sa pole vault? The correct answer is Bergen, Norway. Ayan. At ngayon, ipapakita na natin ang listahan ng ating mga winners. In 3, 2, 1. Go. Ayan, para sa lahat ng ating mga winners, congratulations po. Pag nakita nyo po ang inyong pangalan sa screen, all you have to do is wait for our representative from SEAG Live to contact you at kung paano nyo po makukuha at makiklaim ang inyong GCash prize. Alright?
Congratulations sa lahat ng ating winners. Talaga, sila lahat nakatutok sa ating usapan, kaya naman deserving ang lahat ng nanalo sa ating palaro dito sa SEAG Live.
So, overtime na naman tayo. So, mabilis na lang yung ating parting shot. So, Dean, ikaw naman mauna.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you again sa lahat ng mga producing SEAG Live, and it's for the fans. It's for us to get to know all of the outstanding athletes we have, to share in their stories, the ups and downs of sports. At I thought this episode was particularly intriguing and interesting because first time kong narinig kay EJ Obiena yung nasa puso niya, no? That how he turned down offers to change citizenship to remain Filipino. Tapos si Attorney Chaser naman yung kwento niya, no? Nawalaan siya ng kanyang left leg, but yet she persevered and she has brought inspiration to our country and our countrymen. Tapos sa basketball naman, ako si Pat Aquino, group of death, pero palaban sila lahat. And it's always nice to be introduced to a new player, si Vanessa De Jesus, and of course Raymart Caballo. There's big things coming up for that guy. He bucked those 2 cuts over both his eyes, but still won a split decision over Michael Bravo to retain his WBO Oriental Bantamweight Championship. Okay, maraming salamat.
Ako naman, just to follow up tong sinabi ni Dino, nakaka-admire, nakaka-inspire nga yung dedication yung passion, and yung determination ng ating mga atleta kahit saan pang sport yan, na kahit gaano kahirap, it may seem impossible, at kahit gaano kataas yung competition na hinaharap natin, is they still thrive to be the top, to be the best, and to represent our country with so much pride. And tayo as fans, tayo as fellow Filipinos, as viewers, mas lalo tayong napapahanga nila. Whatever the outcome, the result is, yung journey pa lang nila, yung kwento pa lang nila, nakakahanga na talaga and nakaka-inspire. Carlo?
Maraming salamat, Apple. We had an amazing set of guests today from the underdog stories of Gilas Filipinas women. Si Attorney Chaser, yung storya niya of going through adversity alongside the adversity that Raymart Gabalio faced. But yung mentality ng EJ Obiena, that he will do everything he can to prove that the Filipino is world-class, the Filipino could be the best in the world, is something that we should all live in our daily lives. It doesn't matter if it's not sports, but we are world-class as long as we give out the effort, as long as we give it our all, we dedicate ourselves to the chase of that one goal, we can definitely do it. At dyan po, magtatapos itong 39th episode natin sa SEAG Live. For Apple David, for the Dean Quinito Henson, we thank all of our guests for joining us. We thank you, of course, for your attention. I hope marami po kayong napulot na aral and inspiration from this episode. Ako po si Carlo Pamentuan, and we will see you again next time.
Ang description po sa ating episode, lock and loaded.
Everything that has to be talked about, we will discuss that here in the program.
Hindi rin mawawala sa ating episode ang ating giveaway sa mga trivia question winners natin.
Sa dami ng mga guests natin, I don't know how we can fill everything in.